Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much more, but most importantly, the story itself. Coming soon from Gamble Comics, BC Brute.
The show must go on, and the show is right here on 6/9/2003, Monday Night Raw. And of course, we got to open the show with Eric Bischoff gloating. He got it. He was right.
Yeah, he picked the Heartbreak King.
He called the Heartbreak King before Shawn Michaels did.
Yeah, that's smart.
Absolutely incredible.
I forgot about that caveat, that addition, that extra.
That was the point. Everyone was focused on who's going to win King of the Ring. Nobody was focused on Bischoff, and that's how he gets you. But yeah, so, I mean, Eric Bischoff, you know how Eric Bischoff goes. He's acting like a 4-year-old. Tori's sitting over there rolling her eyes, poor girl. But it is official. Eric does get a free show at the end of the month, and he gets to do whatever he wants on that night. So pretty much for 24 hours, Eric Bischoff has untethered control over Monday Night Raw, AEW's Monday Night Raw. So, we will see on the June 30th episode of Raw what happens. But, we got to start building for that. So, Eric says at the end of the month, we should expect the most thrilling episode of Raw in the short history of AEW. So, let's get to our first match. After such a crazy pay-per-view, we see some boys we ain't seen in a while. Evolution.
Okay, yeah.
And it is a mystery. It is a mystery. Some top guys. Of course, Big Batista's still out. Praying for you, Dave. Hope you get better. Not in real life, but doing perfectly fine in real life.
I was going to say, I think he's thriving.
Yeah, I think he's doing very good in real life. But Triple H and Randy are tagging up with Ric Flair. They got to get some momentum back. They've been on kind of a down streak as a team. So since they don't have their heavy, Batista's it's been a little tougher to score those W's with such a young man and Randy Orton and such an old man and Ric Flair. It's only so much they can do. But Rick, still the greatest mind in the game, Triple H, the cerebral assassin. So, of course, when they go one-on-one with the Dudley Boys, they get the W. They do it. One of the best tag teams in Raw history. Retired the Outsiders. That's how good they are. But Evolution does score the victory. After the match, they got to send a message. They got to prove a point. So they start attacking the Dudley Boys, stomping them out. Triple H goes under the ring to get the sledgehammer. But whose music hits to save the day? That's right, Oz. Rob Van Dam.
Okay, I'm cool with that. It makes perfectly good sense because of their ties to ECW, but I was struggling there for a minute to come up with the answer to the question because I was like, I have Spike Dudley. Yeah. I mean, and normally we talk about this. We've already done this.
I'm about to say before I
and also, if Spike is the one coming out, I think he's just going to get his head knocked off by that sledgehammer.
Listen, what do you mean? Spike Dudley is a former Giant killer. Okay,
I mean,
put some respect on this man's name.
It's true.
About to say, the gimmick Rey Mysterio is doing now was inspired by Spike Dudley. Good laugh. But yeah, Rob comes out for the save, comes out with a chair, so yeah, you can guess what happens. That's right, Van Terminators passing them out to everybody, clears the ring. The Dudleys and Rob stand tall, and Triple H and Evolution are walking up the ramp, holding their jaws like, oh, you got me this time, kid. Next segment, we have Sean O'Haire and Chris Jericho. Jericho's still sullied and distraught.
He's still playing the role of Raven.
Pretty much, yeah. Just a little less emo looking.
Yes.
But everything else is there. Sean's telling him it's okay. It's okay. Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna get you back on your winning ways. And while they're talking, Goldust and Billy walk up. They're like, "Hey, I don't know if you've been noticing, but we've been getting a lot of W's. We've been beating tag teams well above our stature. Let's be honest. We've been stacking up win after win, and I think it's time we got our rematch for those AEW Tag Team Championships." Sean says, "I've been seeing you put in work, and you know what? You guys are great, wonderful guys, absolutely."
But I'm not telling you anything you don't already know.
Exactly. And listen, as much as I would love to just pass out championship opportunities, I'm not the general manager here. You know, I can't do that. But I'll tell you what I can do. I'll go talk to Eric. I'll go talk to Tori. Because you know how Eric is. He loves anything that makes money. He'll do it. And Tori, if it sounds fair, she's all for it. And if anyone can tell her how fair it is, it's me. So how about...
Big fan of Sean O'Haire.
So how about you guys wrestle one more team? If you guys can beat one more pair of former tag team champions, then you can have that championship match. And those tag team champions are Kane and Chris Jericho.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah, because I forgot that they had the run before O'Haire and Kane do. Yeah, that's good.
That is correct.
That's
That
good.
is correct.
I mean, I guess I knew, but it just wasn't crossing.
I'm about to say it wasn't the first thought in your head.
Yeah.
That was the point.
Actually, my first thought was, okay, so the Outsiders are gone, the Dudleys just lost. I was like, what are we doing here? Like,
I'm about to
two
say,
fools broke up.
Who's next? Who could it be? Who could it be?
Well, yeah, of course, it makes sense.
Absolutely. And of course, Jericho's like, wait, what? Like, I'm sorry, say again? And of course, before Jericho can say anything, Goldust and Billy are like, we accept.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't I? Let's see. Tori says Eric may have control of the show in 3 weeks, but for the next 2 weeks, we still share ownership of the show. And in 2 weeks' time, due to her victory over Trish Stratus in the tag team match, pinning Trish Stratus, Jazz will have a championship match for the AEW Women's Championship in 2 weeks. And then, last segment of the show, it's got to be the coronation, the crowning, the pomp and circumstance, if you will, of the Heartbreak King, Shawn Michaels. The confetti, the streamers, fireworks, pyro, etc., yada yada.
Well, I will say this: he's always been
a showman.
Yes, exactly, a showman. That's a great way to put it. I was going to say his gear has always been something that stands out among the crowd, whether it be WrestleMania 12. I mean, even in his return, when he was wearing jeans and a tank top, he still had the vest on top.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he always is.
He was a man of style, for sure.
Yes, a man of style. And I think that will benefit with the King of the Ring gimmick.
I agree. I think he can pull it off. If anyone can pull that gimmick off, Shawn would be one of the guys.
Yeah, and like, so we haven't explicitly said this, but it's going to be obvious which winners of the tournament each year will be the Brock Lesnar Kings and which one will be the Shawn Michaels Kings. The embracing it or the shunning it style.
I am King of the Ring, but that's it. I'm just king in title only.
Yeah, Gunther or Nia Jax. Like, because they were the contrast.
Yes.
She wore it all the time.
She wore the crown constantly.
And he went for the title and won that some gun.
Absolutely.
So, like, I think that'll be an interesting trip to take to see who goes all in, like King Booker, or who doesn't.
Just uses it as a stepping stone to the next
exactly.
step. And honestly, that's what the tournament's for. That's the point.
Yep. And
Shawn, first thing he does is talk about the legacy, the prestige of the King of the Ring. Talks about past winners, Steve Austin, Harley Race.
Yep.
He didn't mention Bret Hart. He said
but we know
some scrub from Canada.
A couple of them even. Oh my goodness, that's true. He probably wouldn't put over Bret, but we know.
About to say, we know who the Kings are.
Yeah, Hunter Hearst Helmsley even.
Yeah, his best friend.
Yeah. Although it's
not right now,
rivals, but still.
I'm about to say, the guy I've had some ups and downs with, Triple H, has even laid claim to this title of King of the Ring. And I will hold it. It is the title that, had I won it in my younger days, had I won it before I stepped away from this business, I wouldn't be able to appreciate how much of an honor it is. But now, coming back as a man born anew, I can appreciate the lineage and the prestige that being King of the Ring has afforded me. But it has also afforded me one more thing, and that's an opportunity at the AEW Undisputed World Championship.
In the main event of
SummerSlam.
Yeah. So this year's SummerSlam's main event is not our main event, but I could not resist the concept of doing Brock Lesnar versus Shawn Michaels. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
There are certain things throughout the history of wrestling we didn't get that, my goodness, if only we'd have gotten it. So,
yep.
We've already said it before. I think it was on a trivia video, but
most likely
we have agreed that WrestleMania 20 will be Shawn Michaels versus Eddie Guerrero.
Skipping it a little bit.
Of course, but my point is, it's a match that was slated to happen at WrestleMania 22.
But unfortunately, some things happened. And
Eddie didn't make it, yeah. And so my point is, just like this match, it's a thing that it didn't happen, but my goodness, if only it had happened, it would have been so amazing. And so that's why when we get the opportunity to change history, we go all in.
But, yeah. All right, let me wrap up this segment. So, we have Christian, the semifinal loser, basically, come out and congratulates Shawn on his win. Tells him that if he had to follow anybody, he's glad he lost to the guy that won the tournament. And he wishes him luck on his championship aspirations, shakes his hand, and then leaves Shawn to his celebration. As he exits the ring, we see Christian walking away, and we see that big smile he had slowly fade away. And as Christian's smile fades, so does the camera. Show's over.
Oh, so you ended it 100% the opposite way from which I anticipated, and I love being wrong. There's just one thing that I like more than anything else, and that is subverting my expectations. So this is not wrestling related, but there's a show that I thoroughly enjoyed because it was so good at leading you down a path and then saying, no, it's over there. It was called Castle, starring Nathan Fillion.
Okay.
And it was so good at saying, oh, I know you're looking over here, but that's why the problem's over here, you know? Sleight of hand, if you will.
Magician's Magic.
Yeah, the Kansas City Shuffle, as they put it in Lucky Number 11. So here's what I expected to happen in this segment.
Brock to come kill him?
No, I expected Christian to look down the camera as he's walking away and say what he has already said in this show, in this year. Before the end of the year, Christian will be Undisputed Champion. But I actually prefer it your way because what I thought was coming has already been said. And so this is a new beat in the song, a new act in the story, and it's like, oh, okay, I like that. And so while what I thought was coming would have been a reiteration of something we got, this is actually a new path altogether.
I'm about to say, this is an AEW audience. You don't need to beat them.
I know. Sorry. So long I lived in the Vince McMahon world of wrestling where
the audience are goldfish. They can't remember anything we said last week.
Exactly. We got to have the same match we did last week.
I'm about to say 5 rematches. We'll have the guy who won last week lose this week. They'll never know.